But as we grew, I realized that we needed talent. I'm sure all of you agree that you can't do everything on your own. And at some stage, then you start saying that how do I build an organization? And here, I didn't have anybody to guide me. We didn't even have an appointment letter in the organization. So I had to start really from the bottom. And the route I took was to actually identify individual consultants. So for each function where I needed help, for example in HR, I worked with somebody I used to meet at the Wellington Club. And he was head of HR in Monsanto Chemicals. He helped me design all the basic HR systems, helped me recruit people, interviewing. So I think my route initially in the first few years was to actually work with individual consultants. Even in marketing, and as the business grew, we needed marketing consultant, sales consultant. And, I didn't go to a big consulting firm because at that level, we were doing a turnover of a few crores only at that time. We needed some individuals, but I think the key learning for me at that time was that one has to be very clear why you want a consultant. Many people ask me I want a consultant without knowing why they want a consultant. So it's very important that you write down that what do you expect out of that individual consultant. And then what I would do is I would actually explore, talk to people, find out who can work with me. If I knew somebody, okay, I would talk to them. And I think the first thing is some degree of chemistry match, because as much as you may want that consultant to work with you, the consultant also should be motivated to work with you. So that first hurdle is, judging that person in terms of knowledge, and second is the chemistry match. And then I would say that let's try a small project rather than going big way in terms of big association. Normally take a very small project and that gives you some degree of, shall I say, confidence in terms of working with that individual. And once you get that confidence, scale it up. Many times I've identified somebody on that prototype project, it's not worked out, it's better to say no that rather than giving a big project. So I think the key thing for smaller, medium entrepreneurs, I personally think, is to work with individuals rather than big firms. Now we work with big firms because the size is much bigger. But at that stage, identifying individual consultants was very, very key. In the area of marketing, I identified a consultant from Indian Institute of Management in Ahmedabad, and he was a professor of marketing there and very bright. But he said that, okay, I don't have time during the day, you have to come, I can only speak to you in the night. So multiple times I have gone to Ahmedabad, gone, met him, spent the whole night discussing my issues with him, come back next morning, So you have to be a little bit flexible, you have to try different routes to identify talent.